Happy Hump Day. It is Wednesday, and welcome to Hobby Evolution episode number 20. Coming up on today's episode, going to talk about stack sales and eBay. I have opinions on both, so I'm going to share the differences between stack sales, mainly on Twitter, and selling cards on eBay. Before I get to that topic, do want to share an update. Was able to sort a couple more boxes last night of Cubs mail days that arrived in the mail last week. From the Rasmussens in Connecticut, 177 Cubs cards. Brews and Breaks, they're in Oklahoma, sent me a box of a little over 400 Cubs cards. I did get the Adbert Alzolay. That was an eBay purchase that arrived a couple days ago. And a surprise mail day came yesterday from John P. He even included a note. Love the YouTube show. Thanks so much. That's awesome. John's been a real fun collector to trade with, and his surprise mail day blew me away once again. He sent me two cards, including another Alzolay autograph, rookie auto from Gypsy Queen. Very cool. And how about this? This was just knocked my socks off. Nico Horner Prism auto, and it's numbered to 50. It's numbered 18 out of 50. Nico Horner Prism auto. John, thanks so much. I will be looking for some more White Sox stuff for John P. So with those I've counted. So that totaled 599 with those four packages. That puts me at 477,683. So 477,683 Cubs cards. I still do have a large flat rate box from Jason in Ohio. Hopefully I can get that counted before the weekend. Am going to be leaving town on Saturday, so I won't have an episode Sunday. There will be Hobby Evolution Saturday morning before I leave, but I won't record one on Sunday morning, so I'll be back on Monday for Hobby Evolution. What else did I have? Oh, one more thing before we get to stack sales and eBay. I'm still waiting. So last week I was so excited. I won the Earl Cunningham game used minor league bat. Also picked up a Pat Klein game used bat. It was shipped out. So the seller's in Schaumburg, Illinois, which isn't actually not too far from, if you're familiar with the National in Rosemont. Schaumburg is not far from Rosemont. And I know some people will stay in Schaumburg that attend the National. So it shipped out of Schaumburg, which is actually just 2 hours from where I am. Shipped out it was dropped off at the Schaumburg, or actually another post office on last Wednesday afternoon. Arrived and left the Schaumburg post office last Wednesday evening. And that's the last update I've received. There were a couple updates on Thursday and Friday saying it was arriving on time. It was scheduled to deliver by USPS on Saturday. It is now Wednesday, and I still do not have my Earl Cunningham and Pat Klein bats. The tracking info showed just a bunch of updates over the last couple days, most of which said arriving on time. That was last Thursday, Friday, then arriving late. Sunday was the last update, which said arriving late. No updates since Sunday. I posted a screenshot of the tracking last night, tagged USPS and USPS help. Strangely, this morning it's been cleaned up. There's still not an update, but the tracking has been cleaned up to where it just says arriving late. It still has last Saturday's delivery date as the scheduled arrival. So what's strange is these are bats, so they're going to be in basically tubes. The other issue that I had, the other long major issue that I had with USPS this summer was also was a poster that I shipped out, I think on June 3rd. It arrived on July like 6th, the first week of July. It was basically 5 weeks from when it reached my post office to when it was delivered. So it's strange that it's tubes, and you would expect, in delays like this, plain white envelopes to get, tossed aside, but not large packages. And it seems like a lot of people that I see on social media complaining about late deliveries with the USPS have been with large packages. So that's interesting. Most of my PWE, I've had a couple over the last few months, and I've really ramped up, and I'll get to my numbers here as we talk about eBay and stack sales. But PWEs have actually arrived in pretty quick time. I've had a couple that were stragglers. One apparently didn't show up, never received an update from that buyer, but said it didn't show up based on his negative feedback, but no other communication. So that is strange. So hopefully it'll shake loose, and I'll get my bats today, or eventually soon. I'm not in a hurry to get them, but it's one of those things where you buy something and you really want it. The Adbert Alzolay Chrome Auto that I bought, arrived in PWE in like 3 days. Could have waited a week for that. Could have waited 2 weeks for that. But I really want these bats in my collection. So I'll keep you updated on that situation. But obviously, we all know now all of the issues going on with USPS, and it's not just a staffing concern. It goes way above and beyond. I'm not going to get political, but just go read some news articles about the USPS issues, and that will fill you in. So today I want to talk about stack sales and eBay. And this was actually on my whiteboard as a topic yesterday, but I kind of went long with some other topics. So this came about a couple days ago in a discussion, and I can't remember what Twitter post this evolved from, but stack sales was mentioned. I think my buddy Andy Baker out in Oregon mentioned he tried stack sales once and stressed him to no end. So basically, if you're not familiar with the term, a stack sale, and I've seen these on Twitter mainly. I don't know if Facebook groups have these or not, but on Twitter, basically one seller has a monster box of cards that he's going to price at, can be varying prices, can be all 25, could be a 25-cent sale, could be a dime sale. So there's a box of cards, and they basically take a picture of 10 cards at a time, 20 at a time, post those for sale, 10 cents each, 25 cents each. Followers and buyers can claim those cards within their sales threads. So say there's a stack sale, and there's 17 Cubs cards I want at 10 cents each. I haven't had my coffee yet this morning. So I can claim those 17 cards for 10 cents each, $1.70 plus whatever the shipping, and that's usually laid out in a pinned tweet or in their main tweet, up to 50 cards, $4 shipped, bubble mailer, whatever. So I'm going to pay $5.70 for these 17 Cubs cards. I claim them, and these sales could be a day, could be a week, could be a month. And you just basically stack your cards as a buyer from this seller. And when the sale ends, the buyer or the seller will send out an invoice. Bo, you claimed 17 Cubs cards. That's $1.70 plus $4 shipping. You owe me $5.70. I pay. He sends transaction over, next stack sale. So that's essentially how a stack sale works. And I have a lot of cheap cards, and I've talked about my eBay 99-cent sales, and it would appear on the surface that why don't you do stack sales? Because a lot of your cards would fall that are for sale on eBay would fall into stack saleable, I guess would be the term. And it's something that I've never done, and I don't like to be critical of things I've never tried or experienced. But I'm familiar with enough that I know it wouldn't work for me. Doesn't mean it won't work for you, but for my how my mind works, um, it just wouldn't work for me. And I'll explain that um, in terms of how I use eBay. I am a big proponent of eBay, and that's because I work in sales. If you're in any type of sales or working with customers, you're probably using some type of CRM. And a CRM is basically a database that holds information, email addresses, phone numbers, notes, etc. Salesforce, probably the most commonly used CRM out there. Um, and I use eBay as a CRM because it is neat and tidy. It keeps everything, all of my orders. I have a screen open up right now. My eBay orders, I have 30 items that I need to ship out from sales from the past 24 hours. Um, so everything is right there. I have one page on eBay. I can go down. I need to ship out this 2019 Bowman Platinum Travis Swaggerty. I click print shipping label. I'm not going to print a shipping label, but I'm going to access the address. It's shipping to John Johnson, Pittsburgh, PA. I'm going to do that. Click back, mark shipped, 29. Next, Matt Olson, Topps Heritage Miners. Shipping to Jake from State Farm in Sacramento, California, mark ship, down to 28. And it's really smooth for me. And I've noticed this throughout the 1 Million Cubs project and how I am better suited for a one-stop shop. And for social media presence, it's Twitter. I'll dabble on the 1 Million Cubs Facebook page, dabble on an Instagram page. And then I started to fool around with YouTube every once in a while, and until now, I've scaled to doing this daily video journal. So when I receive emails, I'm behind on checking emails, or Twitter replies, because it all gets kind of jumbled up. And I like, if you want to trade, if you're on Twitter, you want to trade, send me a DM. I'll respond there. Sometimes I'm going to be delayed. If I'm behind like I am now on trades, hit me back. If it's something you're looking for that I don't have organized, probably going to be at the end of the line. So I like to have it all in one place. And I do some trades on via email. People that visit the website from outside of Twitter, or they've seen my card somewhere, send me an email. I get things done that way. I'm a little more slower that way. So I like having things in one place, and that's what I use eBay for. In fact, I send my Twitter followers, instead of, if somebody wants these cards to avoid the fees, hey, Bo, I want these cards from your eBay store and doing deals off eBay. First, eBay frowns upon that. And second, then it's kind of a hassle, because then I have to go to my eBay store. I have to search for the items, take them down. Then I have to print the shipping label. And there's a lot of steps. I like to avoid multiple steps within my sales. So that's basically why. And I feel that 11% that eBay charges, and now with managed payments, a 30 cents transaction, I feel that's well worth it. Not only, I think it's worth it just for that, CRM capability, but also from a standpoint of, look how many eyeballs. I have a few thousand Twitter followers. But eBay has a few million potential buyers that my listings can reach, while my Twitter or my Facebook page can only reach thousands. Um, eBay has that huge presence. It's been around 25 years. Um, that alone is worth the 11% in fees. In fact, a lot of people will shush me on this, but I think that's kind of low. I would pay 15% in fees, and I shouldn't say that. But the fees are well worth it, in my opinion, for eBay and what it handles. So that's why I choose eBay as opposed to stack sales on Twitter. It's just kind of I see eBay as, you know, nice and organized, while I see Twitter, stack sales, everything's just out here and you're trying to grab this, trying to grab that. You're compiling, okay, John has this card, this card, this card. It just, to me, seems like an organizational nightmare. And I do know there are sellers on Twitter that run stack sales, and they have great success with them. And I don't know if enjoy would be the right term, but they continue to do them. So they see them as, profitable ways to get rid of cards they don't want. So, not bashing stack sales, just not for me. Just like for many of you, eBay may not work for you, and you may have better success selling on Twitter and Facebook, and paying less in fees, where it may be the PayPal fees as opposed to a transaction fee plus a final value fee if you went through eBay, or the upfront cost that ComC has, or the fees that are structured by Sport Lots or any other groups. So stack sales, I just don't think are me. I wanted to kind of expound on why, because I do sell a lot of low dollar cards, and I talked about it in a previous episode on scalability, where at some point when things begin returning to normal in the world, I'm not going to have as much time on my hands to package up. So maybe ComC will be a route that I may have to go, because I won't be able to continue scaling up my eBay store or handle 30 sales a day. And that's another thing. I wanted to explain the numbers. Right now, in the last 90 days, my sales averages on eBay are 34 sales per day. 34 sales per day on average over the last 3 months. That type of volume I could not handle on Twitter, because 34 transactions per day could be from 20 or 25 different buyers. And that could be over the course of, a week's time, a month's time, 3 months time. So it would be really hard it would be hurting cats for me, trying to get things organized. Like eBay, I can lay on the couch, I can list 10, 15 cards at a time, watching a show. Orders trickle in. I continue to do that. Before work, have a cup of coffee, list 10 more cards. I always have a stack of cards I can list on eBay at any given time. And then those sales just trickle in. You just put them on unlimited time frame, so they don't end in 30 days. And then the sales just kind of trickle in, where it's not a continuing pumping of the sales, trying to get more sales to come in. So that's why the volume that I've scaled up to and continue to scale, it's kind of reaching that point where, okay, if I take a day off, I'm going to be way behind. And then, if I take a weekend trip, I'm concerned this weekend I'll be gone for 24 to 30 hours. What's that going to do? How far behind will I get? Hopefully, since it's just one day, it won't be too bad. I'll get caught up, get everything out before I leave Saturday. And then, hopefully by Sunday evening, I won't have too much from the weekend sales. So I just wanted to go over stack sales and eBay and how I use the two. Obviously, there are other platforms, Facebook groups, ComC, Sportlots, Star Stock. There's several others that have come up. Mercury or Mercari, Craigslist. There's so many opportunities and options to sell your collectibles. I have chosen eBay. I've been on it for more than 20 years now. And it's just, for me, it's, it gets the most eyes. It's easy. And it's a platform that I can also use to keep things organized. And there's a lot that can be done with it. So that's all I had for today. A little longer than expected. I kind of rambled. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Getting close to 200 subscribers. That's awesome. Never thought, because this is just kind of a personal journal for me that I wanted to share. So to have viewers that appreciate the show and like the show is pretty cool. Coming up today in the hobby, I may have at least one eBay mail day coming, hopefully two. I want those bats to arrive. Maybe some trade packages, but if anything comes up topic wise, I don't have a topic right now, and that's kind of how things roll. It's just something pops up on Twitter that I see the day before I record that makes a good topic, and then I tend to ramble on my thoughts on said topic. So thanks for tuning in. Have a great Wednesday, and make sure to subscribe and visit 1millioncubs.com, and you can follow me on Twitter at 1millioncubs. Thanks for watching.